one thing I realize is this: they are quick to point out the negative things about your life, but fail to mention the positive things that God is doing in your life. There are many positive things that God is doing in your life, much more than the negative things, but the enemy will never talk about it. They will focus only on the negative. And the number one positive that God has done in your life is that you are well, you are alive. Now, I want to talk about something that is very sensitive and very serious. There are many obstacles we have to overcome in life, many problems, many challenges, many troubles. Perhaps one of the most difficult ones, one of the most tasking one of the most that is so pressing to any parent is the raising up of their children. Particularly in this present dispensation, this present time. Raising up children. Those who don't know what it is to raise up children will say, I want to have 20. I marvel when people say to me nowadays that, Pastor, I love children. How many want at least 6 or 7. Let me tell you something. It takes more than loving children. It takes more than that to raise a child. It takes much more than that. That love you have is your own selfish love. The selfish love is just like I love cars. I love houses. It's a selfish love. But it takes more than that to get a house. It takes more than that to buy a car. If it were just by the fact that I love it, I can earn it, it's a different thing. But it takes more than that. Love will not maintain the car. Love will not maintain the house. Your love for the child will not maintain the child, will not send the child to school. I just love children. Just what you have to do. The love you have for the child will not guarantee you safe delivery when you are at an old age, you are carrying belly. Many of the things we do are out of selfishness, so that the world can say we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5. Come and see all his children. But how much attention do we give to these children? How often do we sit down and teach them the word of God? Are we there to play with them in the evening? See, let me tell you one thing, beloved. Your son will give anything for you to spend time, come back from work and play football with him in the evening, chat and play or watch television together. Then you just can say, I bought you this toy. The following morning he didn't see you. Maybe you drop it. The following morning you just saw the toy, you have gone. There is nothing for the child to talk about you. And one thing you must understand is this. The moment you start saying, I want to plenty, I want plenty, I want to plenty, that means you will walk like anything else. And in the process of your walking, something will suffer. Are you following me this morning? I think the problem with us, I think in this part of the country, we don't count the cost. We don't think, we just, You ever sit down to analyze the cost of what we want? I'm sure, it's just that we don't think before we do things. We just do it. I'm sorry, I've seen that too many times with people in this country. And this has something to do with that you're a Christian or not. It doesn't matter whether you go to school or not, because I've seen people that went to school and still talk that way. So we have obstacles, challenges about raising our children in the way of the Lord. I know many parents today that are so troubled about the attitude and character of their children. It's a burden to them. It's a pain to them. They are wondering, what else can I do to this child? How else do I train this child? What must it take for this child to change? What else, where have I gone wrong? Because some actually, they have been doing the right thing from the very beginning, but suddenly this child just changed. You know, there's a way money can change somebody. If you get money before your maturity, you'll be destroyed. Except you have somebody by your side who keeps pulling you back and stay. And of course, that person must be somebody that has stamina and courageous and ready to take all manner of insults. Because in the presence of pulling you back, you will insult him, you will insult her, you will fight all those who are trying to help you. Except they have the patience. There's way money turns people's head. Every time they are walking, they are thinking how much they have in the bank. That's what determines what they say, what they do, how they talk. They are thinking about their position. They are thinking about how somebody sees them. In my office, I know I'm this. They use that to. And the mother is looking. The father is saying, hey, Magbami, what have I done? Please, somebody help me. How am I going to help this? And look at it now. I can't be beaten now. She's old now. He's old now. I can't beat every day. How do I do this? The parents are dying inside. Dying inside. You got to a point that you can now smoke in front of your parents. You are confident today, Mommy, I'm going to a club. What kind of thing is this? And it's killing, the Christian mother is killing the Christian father. Everybody that talks to you, you develop attitude. You know, one of the things I found strange as a servant of God, and I've seen in people, adults. And I say adults, people that are over 30, going to 40, some of them even over 50. They will do wrong. Eyes will be on them. And I want to do that to just remove people's eyes from them. They will come to my office and say, sir, everybody will hear, I'm sorry. They will beg. Sometimes we will even shed tears. And you will think that genuinely repentant. But they're not. The first thing you will know that they're not repentant is that by the time you say, I forgive you, you can go, they will leave you with an attitude. You don't understand? How can you just say to me, Pastor, please, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'm sorry. And I say, okay, yeah, okay, I forgive you, you can go. And then the next thing you just say, you shouldn't have come. Am I right? You shouldn't have come. Bottom line, you are just saying, because you are not fooling me, you are fooling yourselves. It just shows height of lack of manners. But to be honest with you, if I didn't know some parents, I would say they failed. But I know some parents who actually did work. We should give it to them that they actually worked. But these children just refuse to listen. One time I had to say to a child, are you sure you are not possessed? That the devil sent you to torment your parents? Because when everything does not make sense, as much as I try to convince you to try to do that thing, rather you are turning your head upside down. It doesn't make any sense. It's frustration. It's a big frustration to the parent. And I know many parents that are going through that. Yesterday I had to call parents out to pray for them, that the devil will not use your children to torment you. And one thing these children fail to realize, one thing they don't realize is this: it is seed and harvest. If you are a man the first child would not be a boy. And you have plenty of boys, so that they can do exactly what you did to your parents to you. And if you're a girl, God will load you with plenty girls who will be much more terror. They will terrorize you more than you terrorize your parents. Then you will know what they went through or what they are going through. Part of the problems that we are facing is raising children. It's not just about money or house. Many people have money, they have house, but their children are a problem to them. They're into drugs, they're into this, they're into that. Those who are not in drugs are unruly, are rebellious. You cannot talk to them. Some are, it's only men, they are just following men, they are from rich homes. A girl from one of the private universities was seen at a party in VI. And somebody approached her and said, you cannot be more than 18, 19. What are you doing here with all these big men in their 60s? And they're only wearing pants and bra. And she was smoking drug. She was taking drug. She was taking drug at that point and was sipping brandy at the same time. Say, are you not worried? And from the way they look at the girl, she must have come from a very good home. Say, are you not worried that your parents may get to know you are doing the same? My parents can never suspect in life. Say, no, they did everything to protect me. Say, I shouldn't go out, I shouldn't do this, I must be a Christian. And then, would I stay with them forever? So when I entered the university, I said, say, but you're in this private university that I understand that they are strict in that place. He said, we have our ways. Some of you parents, if you hear of the things your child did in university, you will cry. The number of children that have been sent back to heaven through abortion, only God knows how many. And then later in life, they will not be able to have children, they'll be complaining. Maybe God wrote only 2 for them or 3 for them. All the other 3 they aborted. And then the poor mother, after they got married, who didn't know what they have done, who want to die in the presence of God, die in church, so that God can give the child children, not knowing that she had killed all the 3 children. You find yourself suffering for one thing that you did not bargain for. You don't have any business suffering for it, but you are suffering for it because of somebody that is close to you. There are many battles we are fighting today that we don't have any business fighting, but we have to get ourselves into that battle because of someone that we love. But had there been those who would realize and appreciate even what we are doing would have been better. Rather, they take it as if it is nothing. But I want to thank God this morning that among all these children that parents have struggled, have fought, have prayed about, some of them today, even if it's just 10%, came out excellent in life. And that should be what should encourage you and I. That we have seen children who have been in that situation in the past and see what they became today. Let that encourage you and I to not give up on them. If your child is next to you, tell your child I will not give up on you. Okay, if your child is not next to you, go to your child, wherever child is, and say, I refuse to give up on you. I say, get up and go, get up and go. I'll give you 2 minutes to do that. Pull the ear. When you go, pull the ear and say, I refuse to give up on you. But depending on how troublesome that child is, that's where you should hold the ear. If it's very troublesome, pull the ear well. Shotibo, I refuse to give up on you. Pull the ear. Pull the 2 ears. Pull it well. This is your time to show your anger. Your people do it. It looks very funny, but beloved, this is reality. This is the truth. This is what we are facing. This is challenging we are going through. Unfortunately, the children don't realize what the parents are going through. They take their love for them, their concern for them for granted. But like I said, there are those people like you and I who have difficulty with their children but never stop. And today the children are doing excellently well. And we should use them as a point of contact. Now if God can do it for them, if we don't give up, He will do it for our children as well. No matter their age, no matter what they think they have, God has a way of humbling people. One of the prayers I prayed to God is that, God, do whatever you have to do in my life to make me walk in your ways. Whatever you have to do, just do it. And if I pray that prayer for myself, it's very easy for me to pray for my child. These children have grown. They have their own children now. And they are decent, hardworking, and training their own children now in the way of the Lord. What a blessing to their mother and their father who never gave up on them. Today they are relaxing and thanking God that, God, I thank you. Thank God I never gave up. Some of them, their children are worse than your children. But God turned it around. He will turn it around for your children too in Jesus' name. He will turn it around for your children too in Jesus' name. God will open their eyes and grant them listening ears and the understanding heart. Verse 37. Knowing all these things, we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us. Say to your neighbor, we shall overcome. In case that person is not saying it, come, you say to yourself, me, I will overcome. Second Corinthians 4:16-18 says, therefore we do not lose heart. We do not lose heart. Though outwardly it looks as if we are wasting our time, we are wasting away, nothing is happening. Though when people look at us, they look at us as if they cannot see any evidence of God himself. They cannot see evidence of our prayer or our efforts. Though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. We are being renewed day by day. You see, you are the only one that can tell of the state of your health. You may have a problem, an infirmity. But as the infirmity gets better, it may not get better the very day. It may take a gradual process. But as it's getting better, you will know. Outwardly, because you are still limping, they may think that the thing is there. But you know you are getting much better. Shout hallelujah. What I'm trying to say to you, beloved, is this. Sometimes outwardly, it looks as if these children are deaf. It looks as if they're not even paying any attention. It looks as if you are just wasting your time. But I'll show you one thing. Inwardly, God is doing something. inwardly, God is doing something. When they are in their secret places, when they are alone, the word you speak to them will haunt them. You see, one thing about the truth is this: you can never run away from it. You can never hide. He will haunt you. He will attack you. He will every day is staring at your face until you recognize it. So continue to speak. Continue to be on their case. Don't ever give up. Don't be intimidated by anything that they say they may claim to have or the threat they may put on you. Don't bother. Do your own part. Do your own part. See, the truth of the matter is this: if I had given up on the church a long time ago, we would not be where we are today. I know some of you the way you were before. But God kept on telling me, don't give up, don't give up. And I can see, for some people, tremendous change from where they were before. Tremendous change from where they were before. And before it was like, I mean, in this church, who doesn't know Bimbola? Bimbola. One Bimbola is 10 powerful people. 10 strong. There is nobody she cannot confront. There is nobody, no matter your age, she can look at anybody in the face. But today, the word has found its place in our hearts and is working daily, minute by minute, second by second, hour by hour, every year, and she's getting better. Before it was a name, you dare not move. I don't want people like no, please just leave me alone. Before that was it before, but today is a different story. Let me tell you something, beloved. The story of this present situation shall change for the better. Whatever bad experience you are going to right now, everything will change for the better. If you believe, shout a glorious hallelujah. Yet, the inward man, the inward being, is being renewed daily, day by day. He says, for our light and momentary troubles, both light, Bible describes our problems as light, and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. Sometimes when you look at people and you see the way they are behaving, it's easy for you to say, I give up. Just by that, I just give up. But sometimes God will come to you in the cool of the day. Spirit of God will come to you and say, but come to think of it, you look at it this way too. She used to be this bad though, but look at it, at least there's a slight change. Look at this other area too. Look at this other area too. And these are the areas that the bad behavior have covered. Am I making sense to you? And you say, but she wasn't like this. He wasn't like this even before the now. See what has happened now. So you are encouraged again. Outwardly you cannot see, but inwardly something is taking place. Shout hallelujah. So what does that mean? Little by little you are winning. Little by little you are winning. If there are 50 demons, you have conquered 10. Demon of rebellion, demon of pride, demon of false sense of self-worth, demon of anger, demon of forgiveness, demon of this, demon of that. At least you are conquering them one by one. He who is able to help you to conquer one will help you to conquer all of them. Shout hallelujah.